Last video we studied phylum Coelenterata. Now in this video let us start with phylum Platyhelminthes. Now see, so we have studied this Platyhelminthes also in the last video I have taught you, isn't it? So let us start phylum Astralminthes. Body of these animals is long, thread-like or cylindrical. Hence, they are called as round worms. Okay, so you can see in the picture, isn't it? They have shown you Ascaris, male Ascaris and the female Ascaris. Now, this animal, okay, it is long, thread-like. You can see it's long, it is thread-like, isn't it? Hence, they are called as round worms because they are cylindrical in shape. Okay, they are called as round worms. These animals are either free living or endoparasites. So these animals which are there, they live freely, okay, or they are endoparasites also, means they live inside the host, okay. Free living animals are either aquatic or terrestrial. So those animals which are free living, okay, they live in water or they live on land, that is terrestrial. Body of these animals is triploblastic and pseudocoelomate. Okay, now the body of these animals, it is triploblastic. So it's made up of three layers, that is three germ layers. Okay, so ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. And pseudocoelomate means they are having false coelom. So body of these animals is non-segmented and covered with tough cuticle. So there are no segments on the body. Segments are not present on the body, and that is the upper layer which is covering the body. Okay, it is made up of tough cuticle. These animals are unisexual. So they are unisexual animals. Ascaris, intestinal worm. So examples are Ascaris, that is the intestinal worm, means it lives in the intestine of the host. Filarial worm and Loa loa, that is the eye worm. Okay, it's present in the eye, etc. So these are the examples of the phylum Astralminthes. Now let us see this diagram. See, animals in phylum Astralminthes. Okay, yes. Okay, so this is the mouth, then genital aperture is present over here. There is a hole over here. Then this is the tail. Okay, this is of female Ascaris. Of male Ascaris, this is the mouth. Okay, then you can see a hole here. Then there is a tail over here. Now, so these are the animals in phylum Astralminthes. So students, I will show you a small video regarding this phylum Astralminthes. That is, those are called as round worms. So you can see examples given over here. Ascaris, okay, the male and the female hooked worm is also shown to you. Now symmetrical, see, it is bilateral symmetry. Filarium and Loa loa in the eyes, I told you it's present. Now see, germinal layers, three layers, triploblastic, ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm, isn't it? Yes, see, ectoderm, you can see the outer layer, the middle layer, that is the mesoderm, and the innermost layer, endoderm, that is Astralminthes. Now see, the pseudocoelomate means the false coelom is present. You can see the gut is there, endoderm, okay, ectoderm, you can see mesoderm, you can see the middle layer. Yes, then the pseudocoelomate, yes, how it is shown to you. Pseudocoel, isn't it? Yes, that is, it's just like a cavity. exact cavity is not present. So that is why it is called as false coelom or pseudo-coelomate. Now habit and habitat, where it lives in some are aquatic animals and some are terrestrial animals, free living or parasitic in plants and animals. Digestive system, yes, you can see over here the mouth is present, anus is present at the tail end, intestine, pharynx, pseudocoelom is shown to you. Okay, yes, so mouth, intestine, anus. Okay, now respiratory system is absent. Exact perfect system for respiration is not present. Okay, circulatory system is also absent. Oh, so all the nerves and all, it's not present. Now reproduction, dioecious, that is the sexes are separate, and sexual reproduction. Okay, reproduction is through sexual reproduction. Method of reproduction is sexual reproduction. Internal fertilization. Development is direct or indirect. Then the unique features, we'll see body is circular in cross section, isn't it? Body is cylindrical, that is when you cut it in cross section it is circular. Then syncytial epidermis, that is multinucleate, thick cuticle is present. This is not there for you in your syllabus. Okay, it's an extra information for you. So an excretory tube to remove body waste through excretory pores. You can see in the figure. Excretory tube is shown. There is an excretory pore also to remove the body waste. So the unique feature again, Ascaris, okay, see in the figure you can see females are always longer than male. Okay. These are the examples of phylum Astelminthes: Ascaris, hookworm, roundworm, and Cyclostomata, that is the hookworm, Osteria, that is the filarial worm. You know, it causes elephantiasis in human beings. This one, the legs you can see. So this hookworm, it causes Encyclostomata. Okay. Now phylum Astelminthes features just at a glance. You can see the great organ system is given to you. Symmetrical, it is bilateral. Germ layer is triploblastic. Coelom is pseudocoelomate. Habit and habitat, aquatic and terrestrial. Some are free living and some are parasitic. Digestive system is complete. Respiratory system absent. Then circulatory system is also absent. Reproduction, that is dioecious, that is sexual reproduction. Internal fertilization. Development is direct or indirect. Unique features are syncytial epidermis, thick cuticle is present. Then an excretory tube, that is the sexual dimorphism. Examples are Teneria and Solium, Fasciola and Planaria. See how collect the information from the internet. I'll give you only some information. You can collect more information. How does the infection of tapeworm in man, liver fluke in grazing animals like goat and sheep and occur, and what are their preventive measures? Now see, tapeworm, this it stays in the intestine of man, liver fluke and all in the liver of goat and sheep. Now they do not occur just by touching. So when contaminated water and fish like animals, okay, which are infected, when they are eaten, or the contaminated water is drunk by man or this goat and sheep, then this infection occurs. So the preventive measure is you will have to go to a doctor and he will advise you the medicine which you will have to take. Now, how does the infection of roundworms like Ascaris, filarial worm and plant nematodes occur, and what are their preventive measures and treatment? Now see, again, this infection of roundworms like Ascaris, filarial worm and plant nematodes and all, they occur through soil, and the preventive measure for this is you will have to that is maintain hygiene, cleanliness. So, and the proper disposal of the fishes and all should be done. Only then it can be prevented. Treatment, again you will have to go to the doctor to take medicine, and he will prescribe you the medicine. So that is the preventive measure is that you will have to maintain proper hygienic condition. Now, the next one is phylum Annelida. Now, both of these animals is long, cylindrical and metamorphically segmented. Now, see again, this just like Astralmanthus, okay, this also Annelida, the body of these animals is also long, cylindrical and it is segmented. Most of the animals are free living, but few are ectoparasites. So most of the animals they live freely, but only a few are ectoparasites. So they are not endoparasites. Okay, they are ectoparasite, means they live outside the body of the host. Okay. Then free living animals may be marine or freshwater dwellers or terrestrial. So the free living animals which are there, they can be marine, okay, living in sea and oceans, or they can be freshwater dwellers. So some they can live in the lakes or rivers also, and some they live on land. These animals are triploblastic, again 3 layers, okay, bilaterally symmetrical and eucoelomate. They have setae. Eucoelomate means they are having a proper coelom. Okay, they have setae or parapodia or suckers for locomotion. So they are having setae means what? Hair-like structures. Okay, yes, and parapodia. Okay, yes, that is they can move with the help of this parapodia or suckers. So with the help of suckers they can suck. So these are the things which are there for locomotion. Then their body is covered with special cuticle. Okay, yes, so they are having that is they are covered with a special thin layer, okay, yes, of the skin, that is cuticle. These animals are either hermaphrodite or unisexual. So they can be hermaphrodite or they can be unisexual. Examples are earthworm, leech, nereis, etc. Okay, now see in the figure it is shown to you. Okay, you can see there is this anus is present, body is segmented. You can see the segments on the body, isn't it? Yes, you can see the lines. Then clitellum is there. Okay, if the school would have been open, okay, I would have shown you the specimens are available in our lab. Okay, anyway, when the school reopens, I will show it to you. Now clitellum you can see, okay, mouth is also there. Then You can see the mouth of the leech over here. There is anus over here. Then in Nereis, you can see the anus. Parapodia, you can see how the legs are. Yes, for the locomotion. Then there is the mouth over here. There are tentacles also. Okay, yes. So, Annelida. So, both of these animals, once again, let me tell you, they are long, cylindrical and metamorphically segmented. So, you can see the segments on the body, isn't it? Yes, they are long, they are round, cylindrical. Then they are free, that is, some of them are free living and some are ectoparasites. They live outside the body. So, the free living ones, they can live in sea, that is salted water, or they can live in rivers and lakes also, that is the freshwater dwellers or terrestrial. These animals are triploblastic, 3 layers, bilaterally symmetrical and eucoelomate. They are having a true coelom. They have setae, that is hair-like structures on their body, or the parapodias are present. You can see in the figure. Okay, yes, or there might be suckers also for locomotion. Their body is covered with special cuticle. These animals are either hermaphrodite or unisexual. Examples are earthworm, leech, Nereis, etc. Okay. Now, why is earthworm called as friend of farmers? Okay. Yes. Earthworm, what it does, it digs the soil, isn't it? And because of this, the earthworm, it digs the soil and makes the soil loose. So, this is helpful for the crops to grow, and that is why it is called as the friend of farmers. How may be the leech used in Ayurvedic system of treatment? You must have heard about this, right? Leech, what it does, it sucks the blood, and therefore, the clotted blood and all the impurities and all with blood, it is sucked by this leech, and therefore it is used in Ayurvedic system of treatment. So it is this leech is used in sucking the impure blood from the body. Okay. Yes. Now see, we have completed this phylum Annelida, right? Yes. Phylum Annelida. So now phylum Arthropoda. Okay. So let us continue that in the next video.